WWE controversially removes a wrestler. A WWE signing leaked. The lowest AEW rating ever. And more. Happy WWE 2K25 pre-order day, everybody. I'm Ollie Davis, and this is the WrestleTalk News.
Support WrestleTalk!
While WWE moving to Netflix has made watching Raw, NXT, and, unfortunately, SmackDown far easier to watch for millions around the world, it has come at a great cost. People can no longer get home from the pub drunk and just randomly watch Sting and Lex Luger versus the Steiner Brothers from Super Bowl 1991. Because of Netflix's international rights deal, the WWE network has been closed in most territories across the world, which is genuinely why we love Surfshark VPN so much. They're not even sponsoring this video. That means WWE's decades-long archive of WCW, ECW, WCCW, and more isn't easily accessible. But no more, because WWE just launched a WCW channel on YouTube, where you can relive the first ever episode of Nitro, Rey Mysterio versus Ultimo Dragon from Spring Stampede 1997, and the Hulk Hogan versus Sting Starrcade match, where Hogan allegedly sabotaged Sting's year-plus-long built WCW title win because he didn't show up on the day with a good enough tan. How did this company die? WCW's archive being made publicly available isn't just a great resource for anyone looking to study the history of professional wrestling. It might also be able to show some parts of wrestling criticism that, when it went off the rails, it was way worse than AEW. Like, it's not even close. But even though AEW has been on a good run of TV this year so far, that isn't helping their TV viewership. In fact, Wednesday's episode of Dynamite, the go-home show for this Sunday's Revolution pay-per-view, did a historically low rating for them. Programming Insider is reporting Dynamite drew 600,000 viewers on Wednesday, which is nearly identical to the previous week's number, but it's the all-important 18 to 49 demographic that's concerning, which was a 0.13. This is the lowest a normally scheduled Wednesday night Dynamite has ever done in that demo, and the second lowest number any Dynamite has ever done when you include all the episodes that have been broadcast outside their usual slots. This is a 28% decrease on the previous week's number of a 0.18, and a 52% decrease year on year. But there's not really any reasons why when you look at the night's TV competition. NXT was broadcast in the markets of New York and Chicago, because it was preempted by the Trump speech on Tuesday night, and WWE's Evolve show debuted too, but that wasn't expected to draw any significant viewership. And so, with AEW down, WWE is, of course, gonna kick 'em! WWE's premium live event schedule currently has a big old gap between April and August. WrestleMania 41 will take place on the 19th and 20th of April, and then the next announced PLE is the first ever two-night SummerSlam on the 2nd and 3rd of August. WrestleVotes is now reporting several shows for that time period, and two of them just so happen to be on the same weekend as AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. The location for next Saturday night's main event has been confirmed, with the selection being Tampa, Florida, and the Amalie Arena, with the date of that show being May 24th. In addition, we can break the news that the night following Saturday night's main event on Sunday, May 25th, NXT will present the Battleground PLE, also from Tampa, Florida, with rumors that Monday Night Raw on the 26th will take place in Tampa as well. This is an interesting change for NXT, who have been running Saturday night shows since December 7th's deadline event. By running the same weekend as a Saturday night main event, NXT will have to go head-to-head with AEW's usual pay-per-view night, the Sunday. That's not the only big show WWE are working on, though. As almost 7 years since the first one, PW Nexus is now reporting WWE might be bringing back an all-female PLE. WWE is looking to host an Evolution PLE in the near future. Everything on the schedule is still tentative, but it's currently set for Saturday the 5th of July in Connecticut. The first Evolution show took place on the 28th of October 2018, which saw Trish Stratus and Lita tag together, Toni Storm getting crowned the 2018 Mae Young Classic winner, and Becky Lynch beating Charlotte Flair in a last woman standing match. With AEW Revolution on Sunday, which on paper looks like one of the greatest in-ring cards cards of all time, Tony Khan was answering media call questions to promote the show. One was about the rumour that Khan had become more involved in creative this year, as a way to give the show back the momentum it feels like it's lost since the Death Riders story took over the main event scene. Khan confirmed that is what has happened behind the scenes, and that he has shifted his approach from being nice about people's creative ideas to prioritising making great TV. This has meant saying no to a lot of people, where he would have previously been too collaborative. He compared this to the end of 2019, several months into Dynamite's existence, where he reportedly took more creative control at the start of 2020 following the much-mocked Dark Order invasion angle. This did lead to a near 2-year run of consistent, very high-quality wrestling TV. This year so far has been a similar story. But even the great Tony Khan can't make every great idea work, because Kendrick Lamar probably won't show up in AEW. Drake was spotted enjoying himself in the crowd at last Saturday's Elimination Chamber show in Toronto, and off the back of that, Fightful Select is reporting that a number of wrestlers and people within AEW pitched an idea to bring Drake's arch-nemesis Lamar into AEW. We'll have to see if anything comes of it, but apparently it's unlikely to happen. There was another rumour going around that people in AEW regularly complain that Khan refuses to hold production meetings backstage, which is why there have been a few mistakes on TV recently. Dominic D'Angelo asked Khan about this, which Tony has said is completely untrue. He says he has meetings with everybody involved several times a day in different working groups, one with the commentators, one with the top production people, the individual coaches. The other big talking point around AEW over the last month has been the amount of talent releases. Ricky Starks, Miro, Malachi Black, and Ray Phoenix have reportedly all been requesting their release for a long time, but they were only granted it recently. Philosophically, you're right. It was a change from what I've been doing, but it just felt like the right thing for the company and everyone involved at this point. It's on a case-by-case basis, and they're all different situations, but in this case, those did have similar outcomes. And as why now, and why I wouldn't have done that before, I just decided that's what I thought was the right thing to do at this point. One of those names is Penta's real-life brother Ray Phoenix, who officially departed AEW at the start of this week. Fightful Select is now reporting that he is expected to have his medicals with WWE soon, which is one of the stages of signing with the company. WrestleVotes have previously reported that people backstage believe Phoenix will join WWE sooner rather than later, and that their sources wouldn't be surprised if he ended up on the WrestleMania card. But you know what they say, one in, one out? Or, in The Undertaker's case, my wife in, whoever's in her way out. WWE debuted a new show last month called LFG, which stands for Legends and Future Greats. It's a reality competition format where new talent compete for an NXT contract, whilst being mentored by WWE legends The Undertaker, Bubba Ray Dudley, Shawn Michaels, Booker T, and Mickie James. It's team-based tough enough. The show has been a success, with the A&E network reportedly already ordering a second season. But apparently, LFG doesn't just stand for Legends and Future Greats. It also means let go. According to Deadline, the second season will see James replaced by WWE Hall of Famer Michelle McCool as a judge. James is very well liked and has been one of the better judges on the first season, so Fightful Select dug into why she was being replaced. Apparently, the main reason was The Undertaker. The Undertaker was instrumental on getting his wife, McCool, on the show. The claim from those close to the series say The Undertaker was open to continuing the show if Michelle McCool was involved, so she was brought in to replace Mickie James. It is important to note that we have not heard anything claiming that Undertaker specifically wanted Mickie James off the show or wanted Michelle McCool to actively replace Mickie James, just that he wanted Michelle involved. This is just the most recent time Mickie has been controversially dumped by WWE. She was part of the mass releases WWE conducted in April 2021, where she claimed online that her belongings were sent to her in a trash bag. The WWE official responsible for that ended up being let go, and Stephanie McMahon apologized to her publicly. Do you think that McCool should have replaced Mickie James? Let me know in the comments down below, where I'll be replying to people from out of nowhere, saying if you're replacing anyone on that show, probably replace Bubba Ray Dudley. Michelle McCool, totally coincidentally, is going into this year's Hall of Fame class alongside the headliner Triple H, who was definitely surprised by that announcement. He most definitely didn't pick himself. WrestleVotes is now reporting 2 other names expected to be announced soon. The legendary tag team The Natural Disasters of Earthquake and Typhoon. Another all-time great WWE team in Demolition are also reportedly being discussed as inductees this year, following them signing legend deal contracts. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must now play all of WWE 2K25. Luke and I start filming the brand new series of Monday Night War today. We'll have the draft day episode up live next Friday. Go over to patreon.com/WrestleTalk where you can catch up on the whole last 12 episode season of me versus Luke right now. And also right now, click the video on screen to watch the brand new episode of Survival Series, where we try to name every wrestler who's ever appeared on a WWE video game cover. There's a lot.